Hi, this one is called Magic, Words, and Myth. I have a confession to make. There's actually a comma right there. It's magic, words, and myth. It's not magic, words, and myth. But I intentionally left out the comma, and I'll come back to why, maybe, if I remember later. So, this is going to have two segments. One, I'm going to really be talking about magic words and myth in particular. I may make a specific reference to money, which, gosh, I could go on for a while about that. That's part of why I'm going to separate this. And initially, what I want to do is talk about just words, actually. First of all, I'll just go ahead and say this. Consider that all words are magic words. That words are just a subcategory of magic. The magic is a very broad category, and within that category, words are one form of magic. If we were to look up the definition of the word magic, we might find the art of influence, or the art of influencing events, or the art of influencing the future. Those are the kinds of definitions that we would find of the word magic. Are words ever used to influence? Are words ever used for anything else besides to influence? Words are tools for the influencing of other people. Words are tools for influencing attention, perception, and behavior. Words are tools for influencing future events. Words are tools of magic within that definition of magic. Of course, definitions can vary because we're dealing with words. And so we're going to later on distinguish a little bit more about words. I'm going to start with a little bit of a silly example. This will be exploring these two circles. No, it'll be exploring, we're going to go with concert and Super Bowl. These two topics are not important. I just picked them because I picked them. So you'll see here two circles and then an overlapping area in the middle here, right? Where's that? Over here. That overlapping area is where what we're going to represent what concerts and Super Bowls have in common, or concerts and Super Bowls. Sure, we'll go with that. Concerts and Super Bowls. We added S's to those words. There we go. It's awesome now that you can see the S. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so what are concerts and anybody? Some things that concerts and Super Bowls have in common. That's right. Lots of people. People. Crowds. Let's go with crowds. Okay, they both have crowds of people. You buy tickets. Super Bowls and concerts have tickets. They could be both televised, right? They're both televised sometimes. What else do they have in common? Super Bowls and concerts. They're kind of rare. I'm going to just use that one. They're rare. Okay. Let's look for some differences now. Super Bowls, that's a kind of sporting event. Tell me some more about Super Bowls, those guys or girls who know about Super Bowls. What else besides their sporting event? They're like championship game. It's champs, so it means it's like really good. You know, the top two teams, right? Let's go on to concerts. What about concerts? Well, that involves music. Okay, and sports and music are both entertainment. So I'm going to put that for the one in the middle. Entertainment. You see that? Entertainment over here in the corner. Entertainment. They're both kinds of entertainment. So let's see some other differences between Super Bowls and concerts. Super Bowls always have the 49ers in them. Always have the 49ers in them. And music always has old people and black and white clothing. Black and white clothing. All right. So concerts always have black and white clothing and lots of old people. 49ers are always in Super Bowls. Every Super Bowl has 49ers in them, right? And let's see. Beer. Super Bowls have a lot of beer, right? Beer commercials or just beer in general. Now, you noticed there at some point that I did something different. I wasn't just talking about every Super Bowl or every concert. 49ers, whoops, 49ers are not in every Super Bowl. But they were in some Super Bowls. So I could be now specifying, here's a few different Super Bowls that the 49ers were in. Let's say they were in Super Bowl 21 and Super Bowl 37. I don't know, but let's say, okay, they were in 21 and 37. So now we see how people could get confused, though, because these are words. These are just words. Super Bowl and concerts are just words. They're distinct. But when I say concerts, I might be thinking symphony orchestra concerts with lots of old people wearing black and white clothes like tuxedos and ties and stuff. So that's a symphony concert. And Super Bowl, well, when I say the Super Bowl, I mean the next one, next year's Super Bowl or this year's Super Bowl or Super Bowl 21 or a particular Super Bowl. So every time we use a word, we're making reference to a category. We could pick pretty much any two words and find something in common between, word A and word B, right? The two words. But specifically what we mean by any particular word varies. The word concert is a perfectly useful word, but as we have more context for what kind of concert, is it a symphony concert, which concert, then we know more details. In regard to Super Bowls, again, we can say, well, Super Bowls and concerts have a lot in common. As we get more and more specific, we can talk about specific Super Bowls, but every symphony concert is a concert. I've got it, when I wrote symphony is very light, so it's harder to read that. Every symphony concert is a concert. Super Bowl 21 and Super Bowl 37 are Super Bowls. So you can't get away from concert when you have a symphony concert. You're just more specific. You can talk about a symphony concert at a particular date and time. That's fine. Any concert will have something in common with any Super Bowl. What? All of this stuff. All this stuff in the middle. They're all going to have crowds, people. Now, I put TV. Again, way back when I said TV, well, obviously not all concerts are on TV. But somebody might not know that. All concerts might have tickets. Some of them might be free, right? But when dealing with words, there's always a certain amount of ambiguity and a certain amount of precision. Why? Because we're dealing with words. We're not dealing with the concert itself. We're dealing with a linguistic category or label called concert. So that's it. There's always overlaps. There's always distinctions. This is called distinguishing words. We're distinguishing concerts from Super Bowls. We're also distinguishing a few other things, but I will stop at this point, and then we'll come back to speak more about magic, words, and myth, which I haven't really talked about yet much, or at all. Talk about magic, words, and myth. And after I talk a little bit about myth, then I'm going to talk about a particular kind of magic word myth called money.